Hello, my whisperers. Today we're reporting on the legendary Billie Holiday. Welcome to the Whisper Report, where we explore the untold, the misunderstood, and the silent voices of history and fame. This channel shares emotionally driven storytelling based on publicly available sources and documented history. While we aim to present facts with care, this content also reflects human complexity, interpretation, and the whisper between the headlines. Viewers' discretion is advised. She sang like she was bleeding, every note carrying a piece of her soul. Billie Holiday, the world called her Lady Day. To audiences, she was elegance, magic, raw emotion, wrapped in a voice unlike any other. But behind the smoke-filled jazz clubs, the bright stage lights, was a woman who had endured more than most could bear. Born into poverty, scarred by abuse and carrying the heavy weight of discrimination, Billie's life was a constant fight against men who used her, a system that tried to silence her, and her own personal demons. She poured it all into her music, transforming pain into art. But that gift came with a cost. Hounded by law enforcement, betrayed by those closest to her, and struggling with addiction. Billie Holiday's story is as tragic as it is unforgettable. This is the story of the woman who gave the world strange fruit and paid the ultimate price for being brave enough to sing it. Billie Holiday was born Eleanor Fagan in 1915 in Philadelphia, but life didn't give her a gentle beginning. Her father abandoned the family early, and her mother was forced to work long hours just to survive, often leaving young Billie in the care of relatives who were anything but kind. By the age of 10, Billie had already endured abuse that would scar her for life. She dropped out of school by 11, wandering the streets of Baltimore, searching for something more than cruelty and instability that surrounded her. Her only comfort was music. Billie idolized Bessie Smith and Louis Armstrong, memorizing their songs and dreaming of escaping the poverty and pain of her childhood. She would often sing along to their records until her voice carried the same raw emotion she had lived through. By her early teens, she was running errands in Brothel. Not glamorous, not safe, but it introduced her to the sounds of jazz and blues that floated through the halls. This was the world that shaped her, the world that gave her a voice, and the voice that would soon shake the world. In the early 1930s, Billie Holiday moved to Harlem with her mother, trying to survive day by day. Money was scarce, and Billie often turned to singing and small nightclubs just to pay the rent. Her voice was unlike anything the Harlem scene had ever heard. Raw, emotional, haunting, every note carried the pain and resilience of her life. It didn't take long before the word spread. By 1933, legendary John Hammond discovered her, introducing Billie to the world of professional recording. Soon after, she was performing with some of the greatest jazz musicians of the time, Count Basie, Benny Goodman, and most famously, saxophonist Lester Young, who gave her the nickname the world would remember her by, Lady Day. Together, their sound was revolutionary. Billie didn't just sing songs, she lived them. Each performance felt like a confession, drawing audiences in with a truth they couldn't ignore. But while the music world embraced Lady Day, behind the spotlight, shadows were already forming that would threaten to silence her. In 1939, Billie Holiday recorded a song that would change her life forever, Strange Fruit. The haunting ballad describing the brutal, lynching of black men in the South was unlike anything audiences have ever heard. It was bold, defiant, and political in a way that terrified the establishment. Club owners warned her not to perform it. Police often waited outside venues trying to intimidate her into silence, but Billie refused to back down. Night after night, she sang Strange Fruit with the lights dimmed and the room in complete silence, forcing America to confront its darkest truths. That defiance made her a target. The FBI, under Harry's Anslinger's notorious Bureau of Narcotics, launched a relentless campaign to destroy her. They used her struggles with addiction against her, harassing her, following her, and ensuring that she was arrested time and time again, rather than protect a voice of truth. The government tried to erase her, and tragically, it worked. The FBI's campaign against Billie Holiday was ruthless. After multiple arrests, she lost her cabaret card, which meant she was banned from performing in nightclubs in New York City, the very heart of her career. Imagine silencing one of the greatest voices of all time, not because of her music, but because of what she represented. Still, Billie fought to keep singing. She performed in concert halls where the cabaret laws didn't apply. But the damage had already been done. She was hounded, blacklisted, and pushed into deeper addiction as the walls closed in around her. By 1959, Billie was frail, her body ravaged by the years of struggle. When she was hospitalized for liver failure, the FBI didn't stop. They stationed agents at her door, handcuffed her to the bed, and claimed that she was still using drugs. Even as she's lay dying, the government treated her as a criminal, not a woman who gave everything to her art. Billie Holiday passed away on July 17, 1959, at only 44 years old. But her voice, raw, unshakable, and fearless, continues to echo through time. Strange Fruit still haunts us, still challenges us, and still demands that we never look away. Billie Holiday was more than just a singer. She was a truth teller, a woman who used her voice to expose the darkest parts of America. And she paid the ultimate price for it. Her life reminds us that when you dare to speak out, the world doesn't always protect you. But your voice can still live forever. This has been the Whisper Report, where we uncover the stories they tried to silence. If you were moved by Billie Holiday's journey, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, so her voice and so many others will never be forgotten.